Welcome back to Afternoon Express. If you've just joined us, we're about to get very festive in the kitchen. Of course, Easter is coming up this coming weekend, and I'm here with the lovely Nadia Wagner, and you're going to teach me how to make a pork belly.
Yes.
A pork belly is always a firm favourite on a menu, but isn't it quite difficult to perfect?
It's actually super easy if you know what to do.
Okay, good.
So I'm going to take you through it.
Yes.
We've made this delicious sugar-free barbecue marinade previously. First things first, you should turn up your temperature on your oven to 240 degrees or the hottest temperature you can get.
Okay.
Then what we do is you can chop up the celery and quarter the apple for me in the meantime while I handle the pork.
Okay.
I've scored it.
Do you want it quite chunky or do you want it very small?
Chunky.
Okay.
I've scored the pork, so you want to score the skin. So you cut
I've
through
scored
the
a few
skin.
pigs in my life, but I've never scored a pork. What does it mean?
So you cut through the flesh,
okay.
Which sounds terrible actually, and then you just make sure you don't go all the way down into the meat.
So just the skin that you basically...
Just the skin,
okay.
and that'll give it a nice
terracing the
bubbly.
skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then flip it over. Be very careful to keep this dry.
Yeah.
That'll give you that crispy crackling in the end. Take about a tablespoon, see how much you need, but a tablespoon of this, of the marinade that we've just made. It's going to add this like sweet stickiness to the base.
Yeah.
And then you can throw these in.
Oh, I'm taking my time with this. But you know what? It's because
though.
as you're talking, I'm busy reminiscing about pork and gammon. And you know what the best thing is with these festive, weekends? Is like for Christmas, after you've had your gammon, the best thing is if you've got any leftovers is to just put it on like a white bread roll with tomato and mustard.
Would you throw those in as well?
Yeah, sorry, I'm so distracted.
Throw
I'm
those in.
just fantasizing about pigs here. Okay.
This will help it not burn. So if you put the pork underneath, it's going to give it some protection from any heat coming from the bottom. And then the apples, what's fantastic is when you put the apples in, it's another way of creating an apple sauce. So you'll put them in and they'll bake for ages, and then once they come out, there'll be this delicious, like, oozy apple. Instead of buying an applesauce, it's a nice...
So then what do you put it down like that?
Put them down. They're
and
going
then
to
that goes on top of it?
This will go on top, so we can flip this over.
Good. Okay.
So we just flip it over like that, pop it in, and then take some paper towel and then dab it, and make sure it's super, super, super dry.
Is that the only way it gets the crackling?
Absolutely, yeah. And then we take salt. And we put salt on top. You need quite a bit. This is going to dry it out. And then you can just rub it in.
Okay.
Press it into the cracks, rub it in. Then when your oven is super hot, that 240 degrees temperature, pop it in for 30 minutes until it becomes, the crackling you'll see will become this like bubbly, like crispy crackling. Pull it out. And then we have some verjuice over there. And then
what's verjuice?
It's a grape. It's like a fermented grape.
Okay.
It's not wine or anything like that. So
oh, what a pity.
Wine and pigs. so then when this comes out of the oven and you have this crispy crackling on top, you pour in the verjuice. Okay. Make sure it doesn't touch the skin because you don't want that to get wet at all. It's about a cup in here. Pop it in the oven at 150 degrees and then leave it in for about 2 to 3 hours and let it just cook away. And you'll pull it out and it'll look like that. It's amazing.
I mean, look how delicious that looks.
So that's crispy skin, and slice it up, or you can shred it and make a pulled pork, anything. And this is great to use, as I said, on chicken wings, ribs.
Yeah, I want to do a little...
It's got this tangy, smoky, chili flavour.
I do believe you've just changed my Easter weekend. Yeah. That is sensational, and that is so easy. Look at that. Martha Stewart, eat your heart out. The key word for this delectable recipe is pork. All you need to do is SMS the word pork to 33650. You will then receive an SMS with all of the recipe details and the shopping list and T's and C's apply. SMSs cost R1.50 each, and free SMSs do not apply. Here's a quick recap while I put this in the oven.